R-Truth Spence Jr. speaks his mind in his latest tweet. He said he could give a uck about what other boxers talking about because he earned his keep. He earned his spot. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the Super Chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, the Cash App, and the Patreon family. We working. Head over to Patreon right now, sign up. I got some content I will be shifting over there, as well as YouTube channel membership. Getting my ducks in a row. Let's get it. That's the next thing I'm working on building and strengthening, and we're just going to get it lit. YouTube channel member, to become a YouTube channel member, just hit the join button underneath this video right next to the subscribe button. ERROL Spence Jr., he just tweeted this. You see it on the screen. He says, I fought my way to the position I'm in now when none of the champions wanted to let me in, ! I could give a uck about any complaints from any other boxers. Straight to the point, like that. Man down. Now, I'm not going to make this video too long, but I agree with ERROL Spence Jr. The reason I agree is because I've had a popular channel that some of you guys frequent, and I covered all this. ERROL Spence was at a point in time the boogeyman. Now, I wouldn't say he's the boogeyman just for the simple fact that he's got his brand to align with his talent, and that was a work in progress. What I mean is this: before he had the talent and he was looking to showcase that talent, however, his brand and the dollars and the name did not represent the level of money or attraction that would get the guys, in the sack pause with ERROL Spence. Meaning he was the boogeyman because he was high risk, low reward. He was very capable of beating you, beating up your body, destroying you, things like that, and, giving you a hiding. But his brand at that point, I'm talking about, we'll say Leonard Bundu, Chris Algieri, and before. So he had to fight the Barreras, guys like that nobody really knows. And he had to show you what he was talking about. But it all really turned for the better for ERROL Spence. I would say Kell Brook, because it's been on and popping since the Kell Brook, and that was a coming out party for ERROL Spence, pause, where he got to show just how good he was. 9-month layoff, he dropped Kell Brook. So basically, realistically, I'm at my fight with my chocolate brownie and ERROL. Right? He dropped him. He stopped him. This is something that Golovkin didn't do. Yes, Golovkin stopped him, but Gennady, Max did not drop him. The corner threw in the towel. I get that. ERROL Spence, he just was coming with relentless pressure, and he started breaking down. He had the conditioning. He had the momentum. And Kell Brook put up a good, valiant effort first, in the first half of the fight, but he was getting broken down, and ERROL Spence was just too much of a dog for him. But I would say that's the moment where everything changed for him, because he went. There's nothing you could take away. Kell Brook is a big welterweight. He looked bigger than ERROL, so you can't say he picked on a little guy. That's why a lot of people don't know ish about boxing, and they've been trying to get ERROL Spence with this weight bully tag and stuff like that, which sounds ridiculous because Kell Brook is one of his top most meaningful fights, and Kell Brook was bigger. Kell Brook was coming down from 160. He was diesel. Like, I don't even have to do this. I didn't want to do this, but y'all made me. Roy Jones voice. Kell Brook, ERROL Spence, let's say muscles. I'm just trying to type in a string of keywords. Look at, bro, Brook was diesel. Brook was diesel. And these pictures I remember came out, right? This is Kell Brook. Look, in shape, ready to go. Look, these are the pictures. Look, this is my video. Wow, funny how that works. See, that's the great thing about my channel is new media. You rock it with the best. You see my logo right here, Boxing Ego. I did videos about all this. So this was Kell Brook. This is the type of shape he's in. He's a skilled fighter. He gave Golovkin some issue, especially in the second round. Skilled champion, things like that. And he's in shape. So I don't even understand this whole ERROL Spence is a weight bully and all this stupid shit. You know, you got to know what you're talking about when you talk about this boxing. This is Kell Brook once again. You know, I understand he was coming from 160, but he looked dialed in and ready to go. He didn't look like disgustingly weight drained or nothing. He looked ripped and ready to go, you know? So Errol Spence is 1,000% true. It was 1,000% true. He did have to earn his keep because people did not want to fight him. Errol Spence was calling out Pacquiao. He said Pacquiao lacked fundamentals, man down. He was calling out Danny Garcia. He been, you know, probably the most famous guy that he was calling out that he hasn't really fought yet is Keith Thurman. He did what Wilder did to Anthony Joshua to Keith Thurman over here in America. He said, man down, I want to fight Keith Thurman. He said he one time, I'm man down, you know. He wanted to smoke. Keith Thurman was the one that said, hey, no, you guys, this is my get back year. And, you know, I'm coming off injury. We're going to do it my way. You know, he was the one saying these types of things. So you got to respect the grind. This is Errol Spence after he stopped Kell Brook. Obviously, he was hyped. He hurt the man, and then, he made good with it. Kell Brook really wanted no moss in that fight. His eye, he complained of his eye injury. Look. I don't know if this is the Golovkin or the Errol Spence, but, same outcome, so it doesn't really matter. I think this is the Errol Spence. Look, this is Errol. This is what Man Down did. So Errol Spence is accurate, historically accurate. He was the one. Kell Brook didn't get no big fights with Mayweather, Pacquiao. Tim Bradley had opportunity to fight Keith Thurman or Kell Brook. None of these fights happened at the time. Errol Spence not only wanted to fight Kell Brook, he sought out, he stayed, he played his role, if you know what I mean. He played his role with the IBF, fought the Bundus, fought the Algiers, did whatever, did good numbers with Bundu immediately after the Rio Olympics. And he just let things fall into play. I know it had to be frustrating, but he stayed the course, and now he's, I would say, the biggest thing in the welterweight division. I mean, you could say Pacquiao, but that's more so off of, Pacquiao just being a legend and stuff like that. Errol Spence, he's the hottest attraction in his age group in the welterweight division, put it that way, because it's kind of hard to compare to Pacquiao because Pacquiao is 40 something, so he's been in it longer, he's been known about for longer, stuff like that. But I would say Errol is the hottest, and there's no shade to Terrence Crawford. I'm not talking about skill here. I'm talking about the hottest commodity, the guy that everyone's talking about, and the guy with the selling the most, things like that in his age group is by far that. Errol Spence versus Danny Garcia, in my honest, humble opinion, a fight like that will be more sought out than really anyone that Terrence Crawford will get from Top Rank next, unless Terrence Crawford fights a PBC guy, which we don't know how likely that will be post-pandemic and things like that. So Errol Spence, he's entirely right. He did what he was supposed to do. He did the 50,000. Errol Spence got stats, bro. People don't want to give him credit, but I'll give him credit on my channel. Errol Spence, Bundu viewership. Watch this. Look how easy it is for me to pull this up. Errol Spence, Leonard Bundu sets a record for PBC. Spence Bundu hit the high marks for PBC, drawing in a 4.6 million overnight, or 4.6 overnight rating. A 4.6 overnight rating, which is roughly translates to about 6 million viewers. That's Errol Spence, what he did. You could say, oh, it's because of the Olympic. Who cares? That's what he did. You see what I'm saying? The bottom line is he got big ratings. 6 million. That's a lot of people that were tuned in. And look at what he did to Bundu. Bundu looked like Chucky, when Chucky would go back into doll form. So it's a crazy knockout. He did, I don't even know, 50,000. I don't know the exact number with Mikey Garcia, but I was there and I know it was lit. I got the footage on my camera. Attendance. So he has earned his spot. I don't know what prompted Errol. Look, 47,000. That's 50,000 fans roughly. It was lit. That's Forbes. Look, this is Forbes.com. Then he had a fight of the year, in my opinion, with Sean Porter right after this. This was all last year. And I'm not trying to sound macabre or sinister. I wish Errol a speedy recovery and a clean recovery. But him being in that accident, I think, just makes him bigger because he survived from something that, you know, really is beyond the scope of boxing. It's beyond the scope of boxing. People, when you come close to losing somebody, it makes you almost appreciate them more, things like that. So I think that will blow up his brand. People are going to check for his next fight. They want to see how he does. They want to see how motivated he is, if he could take a punch the same, you know. He's with Jerry Jones, bro. Look at this. He with Jerry Jones. Even his Ocampo fight, I was at that one too. It was Dallas, Frisco. I had a great time in Texas for that fight as well. And during that fight, it was lit. There was like 15,000 people at that fight. Great crowd, beautiful crowd. Everybody was dressed up. Everything was peaceful. I didn't see no real drama or nothing pop off in the stands. You know, Errol's the man. That's just what it is. At the welterweight division, he's the man. Skillfully, you got to put Crawford up there too. But in terms of a business and a brand, I think Errol Spence is the man. And there's no one even remotely close in his actual age group, you know, not talking about Floyd or Pacquiao or somebody who's turned pro in the 90s. In terms of when he turned pro and where he's at, I think Errol is the big ticket. And it was definitely a work in progress. So I understand why Errol Spence is saying what he's saying right now. He's like, man, I ain't trying to hear it. I don't care who's mad. I earned my spot. And he definitely did that. And that just goes to show you, especially with PBC, I noticed as a company, you just got to let things fall into place. Don't get frustrated. Don't become undisciplined and stop training hard. Don't take an L and just know your role and keep doing what you're supposed to be doing. Then them opportunities are going to line up. And when opportunity knocks, then you got to just be willing to answer. And that's what Errol Spence, career-wise, has really done. He answered the call. It was probably a frustrating point trying to get fights because at the time, you guys could check you can go against me if you want, but I was there for it. Either at the fights, reporting on these fights, covering the hottest news. So I have a great memory of an elephant, and I remember what was going on. At the time, Errol Spence, again, this is before he became a champ and before he did 50,000 with Mikey and, you know, did good numbers and did pay-per-views with, like I said, Garcia and Sean Porter. I'm talking about before those days. He was calling for all of the big fights and nobody was answering the call. People like Keith Thurman was saying, oh, he got to do this. And, you know, it's my get back year. Errol Spence got to win him a belt first. They fronted on him. So now he's the man, tables turn. Let me know what you guys think. Also, sign up for ESPN Plus. Link is in the description. They got the Bruce Lee documentary, Be Like Water. You see, if you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You know, Bruce Lee is my dude, man. Ego Lee. So if you want to watch that, click on my link. Sign up. It does help the channel in a phenomenal way when you guys sign up with ESPN Plus. If you're interested, docuseries, behind the scenes. They got a ton of content, past fights and archive fights, different things like that. Get ESPN Plus as a standalone app using my link, or you can bundle it, ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus, all three apps, one price, $12.99. Let me know what you guys think and also what you think of Errol Spence kind of going at the game and fighters at the game. If you know what prompted this, let me know in the comment section, because I don't even know if a Ugas or Danny Garcia or this person or that person, or even behind the scenes. I don't know what prompted this. It sounds like he's rebuttaling or somebody's mad that Errol Spence is getting a Danny fight or a Pacquiao fight or whatever's next for him. And he's responding and he's saying, I simply don't care because I'm supposed to be here. I earned that. And I agree with him. Let me know what you guys think. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. If you love what I'm doing, hit the like button or subscribe if you're new. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button. And you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.